Greetings, everyone. We are Trace Scorch. I would like to speak about something many aren't really familiar with, is the appearance that they are, and that is love. Now, look around you in every structure in your environment on this planet, in your world, your community, and try to observe what kind of message is latently being passed to the citizens of that community. For instance, you check your movies and there are a whole lot of killing. You even check your place of worship and they have this statue of a man bleeding, tied on a cross, and there are several people with different kind of depicting murdering children, and many nasty shenanigans are being exposed on the exterior of your world. And no one is really paying attention to the fact that that doesn't show any sign of love. God is love. All that is love. The Creator is love. So why isn't love being advertised much? People advertise things that are very, very dysfunctional to your intellect. Show you things that aren't true. And it will be a fool to believe that any of all this is true. How can the Creator of the universe be one that's judgmental? It makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. If you have experienced the love of the Creator, you'll be so damn ashamed of yourself for even believing that the Creator will punish you or judge you. God is love. All there is love. Beyond this existence, beyond this realm, all that exists is love. The only place where there's lack of that is on earth, and that's due to the people who feel that they have to, incorporate the different realm from a negative, let's say negative contrast. And they bring it, they try to have this world be incorporated here. They have this idea of a powerful God, but not a loving God. A powerful God that will destroy you if you don't do what it says you should do. And that just sounds very, very familiar, like your government and like your judiciary system, whereby when someone does something wrong or, disobeys the law, they, sometimes kill the person or just lock the person in a cell and throw away the keys. How does that change the person? How does that evolve the situation? Is there any love in that action? You need to ask yourself these questions. If there was any love, such a person will be taken to a rehabilitation center and so they can see how they can heal the person, because they would know for sure that whatever actions that this person is exhibiting that's, demoralizing and dysfunctional can be healed, because not just banished and locked away from the general public, locked away from even experiencing this beautiful world, experiencing the sunlight, experiencing things that, make life. So we don't see how any of all this is going to take humans from where they are to where they are supposed to be. The devolution is just so apparent for things to move in a position where things will be better. It will have to change the consciousness of people. You have to evolve your consciousness, otherwise your situation isn't going to change. We have government officials trying to use force to enforce their will. Where is love? People are afraid of that. Like, why? Do you think there will be more suffering? Oh, you think there will be more suffering after this? That's why you're afraid of that. It's obvious. And your religion teaches you this. So if you start looking and start breaking down the facets of your reality, then you will see that none of all this is built to empower you. None of this is built to develop you as a divine entity, which many people don't even see themselves as. What do you think you are, walking amino acid and balls floating in space? It just doesn't make any sense. Think about it. Just think about it for 1 second. What if this whole world, everything is electronic, and you just, downloaded your essence into like a computer game, and you're experiencing reality based on that model? And then someone else comes in and then change the parameters and the programming. Then people now think that they are in a real world where they have to abide by certain will created by a dysfunctional entity that they are not aware is dysfunctional. Now, if you take away the idea that there is a loving God, then you can see that love is magic, love is power, love encompasses everything. And if you shift that idea from a loving God to a powerful God who wants his will by any means, to the point that they are willing to destroy an entire tribe and destroy whatever they have to destroy just to prove that this God is powerful, isn't that enough reason to suspect that God as not being powerful? It's logical. If you have those who don't have any power of their own settle to, reduce other people so they can feel powerful. If you have all the power, and you do, if you have all the power, will you settle for, discrediting someone else? Will you settle for abanishing someone else? Will you settle for destroying someone else because they are not as powerful as you are? Or will you destroy those who you're afraid of? We should ask ourselves these questions as humans. It's 2019, and we actually expect humans to have evolved to a certain point by now. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been on the planet at this time. But we're aware of something, that when we're here, everything changes. Because the energy, people don't understand, the energy is so succinct. With love, it's so succinct. Darkness cannot tread where there's light. You turn on the light and darkness just dissipates. It just doesn't exist anymore. You see, it's an illusion. So in order to take away the illusion, we need to bring in more light, and here we are, introducing more light. And part of it is for you to recognize that the creator of the universe is a loving, benevolent God, benevolent entity. I don't like the word God, but let's just stick to it for those in the beginning stage. Now, the creator of the universe is love. The creator of the universe is love, and love is magic. And many of you don't believe in magic, or too bad. Anyways, start paying attention to your environment and see where you can change the narrative from where it is to where it ought to be. See where you can change it from a less loving environment to a more compassionate one. See, look at it, and be not afraid. We bid you farewell. We'll be sharing more information, but it's just a tincture, a synopsis of what is to come. It's all love, and that's all it is. And in love, there is magic. And in that, the illusion fades away. Thanks for your time. We love you all. We actually really do love you all. It's not just something we say to end the conversation. However, it makes sense to do that as well. Namaste.